have I got a deal for you. One owner car guy, oneownercarguy.com, and what I got here today is something really cool. This here is specifically a do this with me video, and I don't know what to call it besides a promissory note or a guaranteed loan or a invest with me in a car or what to call this. But basically here's the deal. If you watch my channel much, you know I buy and sell cars. And it's getting pretty thin over here. And not only is it getting pretty thin over here, I've got them other places, and I'm kind of trying to get it all mounted down to less stuff. In the meanwhile, I'm dumping money and going to be dumping lots of money into restoring my apartments. So at the same time, I'm buying more stuff, and I've sold some stock and moved some stock and stuff around, and I do a lot of stock investment type stuff. And if you're looking at stocks, and people always ask me, do you do more stock gambles videos, etc., etc. FTD.com is a stock that I just bought a chunk of. It's FTD. And I'm going to do a video on a couple of them, but TMXN is another one that I just bought a chunk of stock on. And there's a couple more where I just really have been into lately. As you know, I do things on the Livewire, the LVVV, yeah. And that's shot through the roof lately, and there's a lot of interesting things going on there. They actually got a license to grow and for a nursery for recreational stuff in California. Some pretty awesome stuff going on around in there. So as far as investments and different things go, cars. I can say right now that one of the cars that I bought in the last year that I bought for under $3,000, I sold for well over $5,500. I can say that one of the trucks I bought the year before, I believe it was, it might have been right before that by just a couple months. I had a buddy do something with me, and it went from around a $5,000 rig to around a $20,000 rig in about 4 or 5 months, and that's a huge amount of profit. Maybe put about another $800 or $500 into it with some ads and fixing a seat and stuff like that. So I make money on these cars, and I'd like to make you money on these cars. In what way? Well, if you want to make money on the car, all you got to do is put money into the cars. And what I mean by that is, I don't know what I'm going to buy, but I'll take your money. That's exactly what I mean. I've got to know you for this. You've got to know me. You've got to be somebody that I talk to on here. And I had a couple people respond to my one I did the auction, which wasn't really specifically about this, but they responded to me, and I'm going to be talking to them and getting something going with them. But I'm going to do a couple people where you throw in, I said $1,000 minimum, a couple grand's best, 1 to 3 somewhere. And I'm probably going to take and put it in a pool and do it between a couple cars to where it kind of softens our, keeps us from losing. Basically, I don't lose money on this stuff. I mean, you can honestly buy this stuff at the auction at the prices they go for and blow it up on the way home just because it had a bad tranny or something and still sell it for more than you got in it. And I've done it before where I just had one run through last year that maybe you've seen the PT Cruiser I put up. Hey, get this, it was at the auction. I never took it home. It was a year later. And the auction says, hey, look, get this thing out of here. We're going to lien sale on you and sell it. And it's this little PT Cruiser that was a cool Pacific Coast Highway edition that I really wanted. 80,000 miles or some ridiculously low number like that. And with that miles and everything, I couldn't move the rig. And when it was running through auction, it ran. And when I went to pick it up, it didn't. And come to find out the belt had spun off during the whole thing. And there was a new belt in it, but it's just going to take too much to get this thing going and stuff. And so I just said, you know what, run it back through. With fees, I think I made $25 to buy it and sell it there. But I made money. And the stuff is, it's different. And it's if you're buying it right, you're going to make on it. And so basically, I want to do what I do, and I want to do it a little bit more and put some of my money that honestly, I'm going to do the stock videos, a couple of them, and I've put a lot of, I've been buying some stock, is what I'm saying. A couple things that are really down. And basically, between that and my apartments, I'm not going to invest a whole bunch. And I just had a Mannheim Flooring call me up, or it's ASF or something, and they want me to hey, do a flooring plan and stuff. Well, I buy cash, and if I've got the cash in my pocket, I go to the auction, I buy the car. I've got cash to spend on cars, I go to the auction, I buy cars. That's what I do. flooring them and getting on some specific thing where I've got to turn it in a set amount of time and have 90 days to do so. I'm not messing with that, because then you got to come up with the money later, and etc., etc. Now, if I wanted to, I could buy 10 cars right now, but what that would do is put me behind the 8 ball too much. So I'm trying to get my help going, and at the same time, I want to have work for people too that have to come help me. So let's say that this person comes out and I run out of work. I don't want that. I want to use some of the funding from this and some of the funding that I'll match, and we'll jump in and we'll split the stuff on. I'm going to do the work. You guys are going to put in some money, and I'm going to make money on it. That's what I'm going to do. For you and for me. And details. We'll go over details here in a second. But basically, it's a give me money and 1,000 minimum. You got to know who I am. I'm out here every day. YouTube's paying ads served and stuff, and they give me income from that and different things, and it's not the hugest thing in the world, but I definitely don't want to lose it, and I definitely am not going to be the one to screw somebody out of $1,000 or something, and it's not a lot of money, but it's a lot more than that, and it's just not something, especially times however long I want to do this. I'm going to be here every day, so I'm not going nowhere, and anybody who watches my channel knows that, through the good, through the bad, through whatever happens, I'm somewhere on YouTube, and that's that. So like I said, YouTube does ad sharing revenue for creators, and so that's one way that I get a little bit of something out of this channel. And I was thinking about how I could give you guys something out of this channel and get you guys something back for, I enjoy all the people I've met here, and you know what's really cool is sometimes like T-Bird somebody and a couple other people is the first one that sprang to mind. Just people that give me information and tell me things that I don't know on a car, or that like, whoa, a little cool feature or this or something I missed. It's cool stuff, and I get a lot out of this, and I appreciate that from you guys, and this is a way that I can give back and I can work for you. And basically I'm not going to match it on this, and the way I figured out I'm going to do this is I'm busting my ass over here. That's all there is to say about it. I'm busting my ass, and I'm doing it alone, and I'm going to get some help, but that's going to cost money. Then I'm going to have to train, and hopefully we have better luck this time. But basically, I'm busting my hump. And that's my part. And not only that, this channel, that's my part. I'm building this channel to where it does and sells these cars. I want you guys to profit in that with me and get part of that. So that's what I'm willing to do, is Ken Clark, hope I'm not, whatever, I know you and you know me, and is called me up, and he's going to be doing something. So I'm going to throw his with yours. And I had another guy, Lynn or something, that emailed me through my dad's email. I don't even know how he got that. But he got it, and I got his email. So basically, I've got about 4 people right now, and whoever wants in, I'm going to say a maximum of 10 people. But I'm going to pull these cars together. Let's say if 10 people put in thousands, already 2 of them want to put in, one's 25 and one said 2. So it just depends on what we get in there. Let's say out of 10 people, let's say we get $17,000. If we had $17,000, what we'd probably end up with is a $4,500 car, two $2,500 cars, and then like four $1,500 cars, and there might be a little left to slushy around and buy parts, get a seat redone, stuff like that. It's a lot of money in this, and some of the stuff, it depends on if you can sit on it. If you notice, the kind of stuff I buy is not the kind of stuff you see sitting on the normal dealer's lot. It's because when the wife and kids come down to look at cars with them, they're not going to allow them to buy this junk, and it's just not the kind of stuff unless it's all shined up in on the. That's the thing, is once it gets shined up and painted and stuff, it's in on the dealership floor, and it's like, ooh, ah, but they know it's just the come-on car, and nobody's going to be allowed to buy it. There's a certain way to market this stuff, and between the dozens of ways that I've got out there with my feelers and what I do with these links once I create them, this stuff moves. And, you know, I had a guy say yesterday to me, David, he rents from me, he does paint work, Bizarre Customs. You can look him up on Facebook and Instagram. But he says, man, this stuff's nice stuff. He goes, you can't have been trying to sell this. And I says, no, it was like the Taurus wagon. I says, no, I've never even taken a picture of it or advertised it. And it's just a cheap car. And if I paint it, etc., etc., I've got hardly nothing into it. And well under $1,000. Above 500 for sure, but well under $1,000. By the time it's said and done, I can get 18, 17, 16 like it says. If I can get that just talking about it in my videos, I'm going to get that. If I can throw $350 into getting some junkyard parts and the same color door and same color fender and get some stuff worked around, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to put it on eBay and I'm going to get listed for $4,900. So there's just depends on how much time I have to chase it down. If I had help to have me chase them parts down and take a run to the junkyard and talk to my painter guy, etc., etc., it would be a quicker deal. So things are going to happen on that end, and the stuff we buy, we're going to profit on. And what I'll do is I will guarantee that you're not going to lose money. You will not lose money. I personally guarantee it with my word to you. That's all I have. And that's why I say you got to know me. You got to have been on here, and I've got to know who you are. We got to know each other on here. Hey, Nathan, this is so-and-so. Oh, wow, I immediately recognize people's names on here. I've known all these screen names for years. We might not know each other's, well, you know mine, but I might not know your real name, but I think Calypso Poet was the one guy that contacted me, and I've known him on here for years. But so that's the deal. We're gonna throw whatever we get together, and like I say, I don't know what I'm gonna buy. And the way I buy cars, I go and I preview. There's 2,500 cars at auction. I'm gonna make a list tonight. I'll take maybe 10 or 15 and post pictures on Facebook. Look at this stuff. But out of 2,500 cars, I'm gonna pull a list of 50, let's say. And I'll maybe see 5 more while I'm there. So 55 cars. Out of that list, guaranteed the 5 that I want are going to go for too much. So I never get emotionally involved on that level. Rarely. And there's going to be 5 that nobody catches, or they're just at the wrong spot and they didn't get to it and the bidders aren't there. The seller wants to sell. You got to run. You got to watch them cars. You got to work them lanes, and you got to get the deals. I don't want the cars I want. I don't want the cars that I think I can make money on. I want the deals that I know I can make money on. And that's what I'm after. And that's what I'm going to get for you. I'm going to put I bought my first car when I was 12. And I had a guy drop me off that was my dad's worker and follow me home, and I bought this BMW and drove it home and hid it in my grandma's backyard. I didn't tell my dad until I sold the car. I made huge money. I made like 4 times markup. And like, just... yeah, I forgot where I was with that because it was a cool story, okay? So forget all that. Hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/Nathan Wratislaw. Just enter cereal marshmallows and you'll see one with a picture of me going like that. Might have been this shirt. And one with a bearded thing. The bearded thing is my page. Don't do that one. Do my personal one. Add me as a friend or whatever. And send me a message. And let's do this. Or you can call me up. You've got my number if you know who I am on here. It's everywhere. I say it all the time. So that's that. And all I can say on it is you're not going to lose money. And I can also say this, and I want to make it very clear. I'm going to do a little bit of something on these cars, whether it be just a detail, whether it be just this. And I'm going to put these to the front of my line. There might be 1 or 2 that I buy in between. I've got to throw in and shuffle in just to pay the bills and pay the overhead. But I'm going to put these to the front of the line, and I'm going to move them and get on them to move them the fastest. To where we're moving our stuff faster. At the same time, the stuff doesn't move overnight. And it's not like buying Netflix stock for I think it's $315.83 at close today. Click, click. You could buy that right now. You could turn around in 5 minutes and go, I didn't want that. Click, click. That's not how this deal is. Once you give me your money until we sell our car. Now, God forbid that you have a problem and you need it back like right away or something. Well, great. But the next day I'll be at auction. The next day I'll be spending it. So once I spend it and stuff, I can't be doing refunds and stuff. I don't have that ability, and that's the way it's going to be. You ain't going to know what we're buying. I'm buying the deals, and we done went over that and lost track. So I'm buying the deals. We're going to make money, and we're going to turn them fast, real fast as we can. But at the same time, I want to make sure and tell you, it's match. I want to listen to a theme song, but I don't want to get copyright infringement. So at the same time, I want to tell you, depending on what we buy, they can be 4-month turns. I want to say 1 to 3 months, but there's always a chance it's a month. My buddy Miko did something with me, and it took us 8 months or 6 months. But we made... we can make... You'll make nothing more or less than $1, I'll tell you that. I'll make you right. You ain't gonna lose any money. You can make up to 300% easily. 50 to 300% is a pretty good range for what people make on these cars that are going through the auction. There's an insane amount of markup. And it takes knowing what you're doing. Because, I mean, you'll see in the auctions where they're just straight up, 2,000, 2,000, okay, 18, 1,800, 17, okay, 18, and then they go back up and act like they got somebody and go to like 24, and they'll be like, okay, $800. And you're just like, what the? And there's idiots that bid on that stuff up there, and I've been that idiot before. But you're paying me to have already learned that lesson, and different things like that. And I know some of the auctioneers, I know they're I'm like, this guy ain't got nobody. And I'm wrong sometimes still. But I'd rather be wrong on that and let it be sold to somebody else than be wrong on the other and overpay by $1,000. So, whatever it's worth, I work for you, I'm doing this for you, and I'm going to make money on the side. Now, I honestly just sold the Magnum. It was like a $6,000 car. I just sold something else for like $5,000, and just sent out 3 for like $9,000. I could buy these cars myself and not even do this. I don't need to. I could not buy some more stock and make sure and just do this instead. But I thought this would be cool to do, and I've talked about doing it and rumored about doing it in videos, and I want to do it. And so many people have talked to me since the last video that I just had to sit down, make this video, and do it to it. So, other update stuff, I put out an update video. I don't know if it was before or after this, but I'm out of videos that I'm putting up, and I'm going to be doing a whole different kind of thing now. I'm usually 2 to 6 weeks behind on what I'm putting up. It's catching up now. And I'm going to be shorter videos, and this kind of video, and that kind of video, and I hope you love it. Make sure to subscribe, daily vlogs, and all that kind of stuff. And if you're interested in this, get a hold of me. It's not something that's going to last, and I'm not going to do more than 10 people because I just can't handle that at this point. Later on, we'll see. Maybe I'll have somebody that can manage it with me. It'll be easier. Right now, that's all we can do. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day or night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I want to say again, this isn't something I can turn tomorrow. Once you're in, you're in. You're going to see the kind of stuff I'm bidding on, and I'm going to put it up to you, and I'm going to text you, or you'll see stuff on Facebook, and I'll keep in touch once we're buying. And as we sell, you'll see the stuff come up and all that kind of stuff. But it's not an overnight type thing. And I'm not trying to cause any trouble or do anything wrong or anything else. That's why I'm saying it's just a loan, and I'm guaranteeing you to make at least $1. But you ain't gonna lose no money. I ain't gonna lose your money. If money's lost on the car and your money goes down in value, my money will compensate and go right back to you. I guarantee it. So that's that. Thanks for watching. Have a great day or night, whatever it is, wherever you are. OneOwnerCarGuy.com.